Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video where I'm showing you the new release from Dina Wakley for January 2022. So I'm starting off with a couple of sheets of the collage paper that comes from the bulk pack that is now being sold, and I'm using the cobblestone mosaic, let me try that round the other way, mosaic cobblestone stencil and with some gloss sprays, and I'm just spraying through and then taking a print from the other side using another piece of the collage paper. And the colours that I've used are Tangelo, Orchid and Sky. I think you'll agree, well I don't know, maybe you won't agree, but I think that the print is actually nicer than the one that has gone through the stencil, and that ended up being my favourite. This could easily be a rabbit hole to fall down, is playing with taking prints from stencils using this collage paper. It's great to have a stash of it to use to make an instant background on your journal pages, and it's just lots and lots of fun. So this was what I spent a bit of time doing, just using this new stencil and playing with the collage paper. One thing is with the gloss sprays, you do have to be careful because when they're wet they're very sticky and paper will stick together, so you do need to find somewhere to put things to dry where they're not touching, otherwise you will just end up with them all glued in a giant lump together. So I'm taking one of the pieces that's got some Tangelo and Orchid and Sky on and just putting it into pieces, and then I'm going to stick it on the page using some matte gel medium. So I am not going for an odd number of pieces here, I'm just adding some pieces on to break up the background that's there, and just to get started really with some colour on the page. Okay, and then this is one of the pieces of collage paper from the Painted Marks collage paper set. I love these kind of black arches. I feel that this might be a new thing that I start doing in my journal pages, these black marks. It's something that Dina showed in one of her supporters videos. If you're not a supporter, it is well worth doing. It's only $5 and each a month, and you get access to all sorts of really great things. So I think these work really well because they are such a dynamic difference to what's already on the background, and I just really like that contrast. So once I've cut those out, I'm going to stick them in place also using gel medium. So then I'm just using the bottom of this glue stick just to make some circle marks on the page using some of that black paint that I had left over from earlier when I was playing. And again, this tube had a paintbrush in it and I kept it because it is great for doing circle printing. So just to add some more pattern onto the page and continuing that black theme that I'd started. So once that's all really dry, then I'm going in with the Signo Uniball in white and just doing some sketchy lines around those arcs of black. And really that just, I think, helps to push those into the background a little bit more. And then, because sometimes I can't stop, I'm just carrying on doing some little lines and marks on the page as well. So I'm starting to really like this background. It's quite simple, there's not much going on there, but it's actually quite effective. So next I'm using the She Is Wise stamp set. This is one of the new ones for January 2022. And I'm just using some black archival ink and I'm stamping these onto some white printer paper. I thought I would just stamp everything because I didn't really know at this point how much of it I was going to use or what I was going to use. So I just went with everything because why not? Stamping it onto printer paper because I wanted the images to stand out when I put them onto the background, and I thought the collage paper, they would kind of disappear with all the marks that are on the background too. So I've cut out that face, and then I was just trying to decide what to do with it, and I was decide whether to go a little bit crazy and stick the head on top of the archway that's there, or whether to create a body with some more collage paper. Then I decided I would go for 3 faces and a collection of 3, because as you know, these odd numbers work really well. in art. It's something that our eyes really like to look at when there's odd numbers. It works, doesn't it? So I've stuck those down using a little bit of a previous collage paper from an old set with, I think it's the text collage pack, just to create a little bit of a body there for that middle one. And then I've just added a little bit of colour using fuchsia onto that body. Then I decided I would give them some pink cheeks, so I'm just using some of the leftover paint that's on that little plastic tray. That was a tray that came in some packaging, and I just thought that would be a really good way to, something good to use as a palette. So I've just outlined, oh my gosh, I can't speak, outlined those cheeks in a sketchy way using a fine liner. Then I decided I would stamp some of that text straight onto the page because there's the craft paper there, and I felt that would work quite well. And then I'm going in with some dots. Just adding some more marks onto the page. And at this point I was thinking I must not overdo this. I've got to keep this simple. This work is working really well, this page. And then I had this idea of doing some writing onto these black arches, just to echo the stamping, the message that was in the stamp that I used. And then just adding some more marks onto there too. So the last thing I did was just to use this Stays On in fuchsia pink and just to add a little bit of text stamping onto the background too. And that is it for this page. So there's another page done using some of the new release for January 2022 from Dina Wakley. So thanks for watching. Come back again tomorrow for another one. So I hope to see you again soon.